So I recently did a video talking about all the downsides to owning a Tesla vehicle, all the issues, all the cons with Tesla as a company, and some reasons why you probably shouldn't buy a Tesla or recommend getting a Tesla to somebody else, and the reasons many are hesitant to jump into the Tesla ecosystem. I'll leave that link to the video down below and also up here as well. But this video, as promised, is the opposite. These are all the best parts of the Tesla ecosystem, the best parts of owning a Tesla, and why you should get a Tesla if you are on the fence. As a Model 3 owner for about almost a year and a half, maybe at this point, let me tell you all the reasons why I really love my Model 3. So maybe a little out of order, but the biggest one for me, honestly, has been software updates. The car being capable of getting free over-the-air software updates is something that I will never get tired of. And in my situation with the Standard Range Plus, software updates have taken this car to a whole new level, something I just would have never expected when I first bought the car. And a quick little anecdote here, personal story. When I got the Standard Range Plus in May of 2019, there were many things I knew I just wouldn't be able to get. I wouldn't get satellite maps, I wouldn't get streaming music, I didn't have access to a web browser and stuff like that, and I just kind of expected that those were the trade-offs that I had to kind of come to terms with to get the lower end Standard Range Plus with the partial premium interior. Fast forward a few months, software updates come, and all those features that were missing that were reserved just for the higher end Teslas, I now had in my car for free through the power of software updates. Streaming music, satellite maps, Spotify support, Netflix streaming, and all the latest and greatest things I now had. My car, in terms of software, was the same as the higher end, much more expensive Teslas, and in some case, with the Model 3, kind of better and more capable than the S and the X, at least at the time. Something super cool, something I really appreciate, and it's free, over the air, just comes, downloads, and you just get new features all the time coming to your car. And it's also really cool to see that Tesla's always listening, Elon's always listening, and new features that are recommended and kind of brought up from the community. Most of them make their way in future software updates to the car, 100% for free. It's super awesome. Of course, kind of hand in hand with software updates, I really love that the car is just so packed with tech, and not just any tech, but in most cases, cutting edge tech. Yeah, it doesn't have CarPlay or Android Auto or some other little things, but if you could get over that and kind of look at the bigger picture, this car is so packed with so much bleeding edge technology, it is crazy. Cameras and sensors and a large 15-inch beautiful touchscreen that basically allows you to control every aspect of the car, a full capable app that can control everything as well, an LTE connection. I mean, this car is just so packed with tech that allows it to do so many cool things. And as a techie person, if you couldn't tell by the massive amount of monitors and other things behind me, I'm a tech person myself, so having a one of the most, probably arguably the most tech-packed and most kind of forward-thinking technological car on the road is something I really appreciate, and one of the big reasons why I wanted to jump into the Tesla ecosystem. I love the amount of tech in this car, I love the safety features, I love the different features that the technology allows the car to have, like streaming video and music, Autopilot, Sentry mode. All of those things are just really cool, and I love the amount of tech that Tesla has built into their vehicles. And again, kind of going hand in hand with technology and software updates, Autopilot is a big one. I know that some people aren't a huge fan of Autopilot. Maybe you don't really care to spend the money for full self-driving, which I'm probably in that camp as well, as I have said in multiple other videos. But now all Teslas come with standard Autopilot, which is not just kind of your run-of-the-mill basic cruise control. It's traffic-aware cruise control, auto steer, and when in Autopilot, like on the freeway, the car is essentially driving itself with your hands on the wheel, of course, and eyes on the road, but it is doing 99% of the work, which is super cool. And if you're in a situation where you have a long commute or you do a lot of road trips, Autopilot is an amazing, fascinating, exciting feature that just doesn't get old. Every time I put my car in Autopilot or show off Autopilot to a friend or family member, it is an experience like no other, and it is just super cool to use all the time. It totally transformed my long commute and made that commute much more bearable, and longer trips are just great because Autopilot is a thing. Full self-driving is also available as well. I've talked before how I'm not a huge fan of the price, but I love what it represents, this opportunity to get into a feature set that at one point will be fully self-driving capable. Your car can go from point A to point B on surface streets, on freeways, on and off different interchanges, and completely drive itself. I believe in the mission, and I just think that is a super cool component and a huge draw for many to get a Tesla for themselves. One of the points I made in my reasons why many people don't like buying a Tesla is kind of the Tesla buying experience. Some people like negotiating and the haggling and kind of the dealership dance of trying to find the best deal. That's not necessarily the case with Tesla. I have a video I will link to up here that talks about some things you should do before you buy your car and some of the ways you can kind of get a Tesla for cheaper, but in the majority of cases, the price you see on the website is the price you pay. And the configurator is pretty simple. There's not a million different trims and options and packages. It's what battery capacity do you want? That's going to determine kind of your trim level in terms of partial premium or premium interior. You pick the color of the car, the wheels, you pick the color of the interior, and that's basically it. And it makes the whole buying process very easy, very similar to Apple. You go on the website, it's a very painless process. You put your credit card info in, and you're done. And then the rest kind of happens. In theory, you should get a call from Tesla, you can go pick up your car, and you're kind of on the road and done. There's no negotiation, there's no haggling, there's no trying to find the better deal and jump through all those hoops. You just go on the website, pick out what you want, and order it, and you're kind of done. Some people don't like it, but for me, it took the sting out of buying a car and just made it such an easy, painless, and kind of a fun and enjoyable process. And if you're probably like me as well, you have spec'd out your car multiple times on the website, and then to go on and finally place that order is just very oddly super satisfying. And I am not a car guy by any stretch of the imagination. I'm more into Tesla for the technology and for the software updates and stuff like that, but I also can very much appreciate the power and performance of an electric vehicle. That instant torque, that kind of throw yourself back in the seat when you step on the accelerator is awesome. And having that power within foot's reach, I guess, so to speak, is just super cool. I love the speed, I love the performance. I don't even have a performance variant. I just have the single motor standard range plus, and being able to have all that power accessible to me is just super cool. And Teslas as a whole, the Model S, the Model X, especially if you jump into the performance variants of those cars, the power and the performance that you have from that electric vehicle and that the battery system is just really incredible to see those motors go to work. And I know a very big draw for many people with Teslas is their power and their performance, and it's a real thing. It's very cool, and it is an experience, like many parts of this car, unlike anything else you will get in another car. So along with owning an electric vehicle and having that power and performance, another big pro to owning a Tesla is that you never have to go to the gas station for better or worse. No more lines, no more waiting to fill up and paying for gas. You now can charge exclusively electric, again, for better or worse. If you have access to a 120 volt or even better, a 240 volt outlet at home, you can charge your car at a very decent rate of speed and not pay too much for that power. You also can have access to third-party chargers like EVgo, ChargePoint, Volta, and another exclusive perk to owning a Tesla is having access to the Tesla Supercharging network. It's almost like a secret club of these very fast chargers that are exclusive to Tesla vehicles and Tesla owners. These are all around the world, and they are being added to more places all the time, and they are awesome and a wonderful way to charge up on a road trip in a short amount of time, or if you're just around town near a movie theater or a mall, you can plug in, charge, and be on your way in about 30 minutes with a full tank of gas or electricity. You got a full charge in a very short amount of time. The Supercharger network is awesome and a huge pro and a huge plus to owning a Tesla. And my last pro to kind of owning a Tesla kind of extends beyond just Teslas, but to electric vehicles in general, and that are the rebates, the incentives, the federal tax credit or the state credit, or in California, if you own an electric vehicle and you get the $10 decals, you can drive in the carpool lane with a single person because you have an electric vehicle. It's little perks like that that add up to make the experience a little bit better. It could basically refund some of the money you put down on the car, it could get you some money back in your pocket, or give you a credit on your electric bill when you're charging your car. Again, not Tesla specific, but since Tesla is an electric vehicle, getting a Tesla is giving you advantage and allowing you to take advantage of some of these awesome perks and get some more money back in your pocket. All right, so that's kind of it from me, but now I want to turn it over to you guys. For those of you who own Teslas, what are the biggest benefits, the pros, the best parts of owning a Tesla? And for those of you still on the fence or hesitant, what is something you're looking forward to, or what is something that maybe is a question that you have that you would want an owner to answer? This would be a great place to do that in the comments right down below. As I said, I have my Model 3 Standard Range Plus I've had it for about a year and a half. I absolutely love it, and there are so many reasons why I love driving that car every single day. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you missed the first video on the cons, again, I will leave a link to that down below. As always, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up this video if you haven't already. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you in the next one.